Hello, welcome to live coverage for the Women's European Handball Championship, jointly hosted by Hungary and Croatia. Clayton Lucas here with you as we get ready for our second game from Group 2 here in Zagreb as Sweden take on Slovakia. The Netherlands were beaten by a very good Montenegro team earlier on, and so therefore Montenegro leap to the top of the leaderboard with 6 points and plus 11. Sweden currently in second place, Netherlands in third, France in fourth. It's between those four teams for the two top spots that are available and therefore the berth into the semi-finals. If Sweden win today, that will put them in contention, and then if France win later on, it still leaves the door wide open. A little bit of a jostle to get through the door for Polos, the Slovakian head coach. The Slovakian team coming in, they made it through to this main round courtesy of their thrilling victory over Serbia 23-21. It really was one of the shocks of the tournament. They lost their opening first game here in Group 2. That was to the Netherlands. 20 goals for them, 30 for the Netherlands. And they are very much the underdogs here against Sweden. Slovakia then coming out onto court. Players to look out for them. Number 12, Gubikova, Luisa Gubikova, the event Nikolovic player in goal, has been outstanding for Slovakia, and notably her game against Serbia, where she just kept making save after save, is what helped the team through to the main round. Now the Swedish team coming out as deadly as they are pretty, and a team that will feel they have what it takes to go all the way here in this tournament. And if Sweden actually win this one today, they'll be on the verge of qualification. It would put them into top spot, wouldn't it, with 7 points. So the players being introduced to the fans. Quite a few of the team play their handball in Denmark. Lynn Blom, Yamina Roberts and Natalia Hagman all play for Team Tviz. And then you've got Jessica Hellerberg, number 22, the left winger, who plays in Odense. And 4 of the squad, or 5 of the squad, play in Sävehof. Sävehof are champions of Sweden, have been for the last 6 years. So you've got the two keepers, number 1 Johanna Bunsen and Filippa Idén, number 12. Along with Louise San, number 9, the left winger. And also Ida Oden, the right back, 28. And Jenny Arm, 29, the left back. The Slovakian team now being introduced. Foxet just behind them, the mascot for these games, wearing the mixture of Croatian and Hungarian colours. Players to look out for Slovakia today. I mentioned Gubikova. Andrea Zjanek, 35-year-old, who plays for HC Zlin in the Czech Republic. The pivot, number 11, has been very influential for her team. Katerina Dubiova, we just saw her briefly, number 13, 36 years of age, over 217 caps, over 840 goals. That's a first glimpse of Dusan Polos, who ran here, or ran 10 kilometres here from the preliminary round after they qualified. Referees today, two very experienced officials from Hungary, Peter Horvath and Balzas Marton. We'll know if they've had a good game, because we won't notice them. Plenty of support for Slovakia. There's a small enclave just around the corner. which they went to visit during their off day, drummed up plenty of support, and that support's been following them ever since. Time then for the national anthems. Start with Sweden, finish with Slovakia. Anthem's over, time for a get-together, a shout, an exchange of badge pins, which is their memento of this international and effectively their cap. Last time these two teams played each other was in 1995. Sweden beating Slovakia in that occasion, 26-20. It was the World Championships and it was the 11th, 12th playoff. A lot's changed since then. Although we expect the result to be somewhere along the same lines, Sweden very much the favourites. That's the Swedish lineup for you. Number 20, Isabel Gulden, one of the players to look out for, along with Natalia Hagman, 24. Gulden with 24 goals, Hagman with 18 so far. Ida Oden, you can see that she's a very important player for Sweden, and obviously Isabel Gulden is as well, happens to be the same with her 24 goals. Not missed yet from the 7-metre line. For Slovakia, they will play the same as they always do. Quite a high tempo when they get the opportunity. Lidia Jakubisova, the winger, is pretty much the go-to player for them. Only 19 goals, I should say. Played all 4 matches, and she's got a 73% efficiency. And Katerina Dubijova, number 13, has 7 goals from 20 shots. So the coaches have said pretty much all they can say now. It's time for the players to get down to the business of putting into practice the game plan that they have set out for them. Polo's just pacing. It's a dual coaching team for Sweden. Helle Thompson, one of the coaches, along with Thomas Svertsson. So away we go then. Sweden versus Slovakia. Here in Debrecen, it is a really big game for Slovakia. They have the ball currently, Sweden doing the defending. There's absolutely no pressure at all on Slovakia as they come into this one. Their job was done when they made it into the main round. It's a welcome to the game, wasn't it, for Kirtsova. Number 8 with the ball. Skova going nowhere, closed down very quickly. Is it going to be turnover ball? Yes, it is. So first attack comes to nothing. Sweden now bring it away. And that's not a great pass. And Slovakia get a little bit lucky. They can go again. Kubisova, first touch for her up in the wing. Trying to squeeze that one through, but there's another turnover here, and Sweden again coming away quickly. Sand can't find a way through. Might be a chance here, nice spin. Oh, there was room to have the shot. And it's a save from Kubikova. And an opportunity wasted by Sweden. Very good save from Kubikova. I don't think Fogelström will be too pleased with that. So another attack comes to nothing. We've had a few of them. So far, no goal. Philippe Didion likes to play without the tracky bottoms on. A bit of psychology going on. Not worried about being hit on the thigh by the ball. So first goal goes to Sweden. Anna-Maria Johansson, the right back, with the goal. Very quick shot, not taking a jump, just hammering that one into the floor in front of Kubikova, who couldn't stop it. Yellow card this time. This against Sabina Jakobsen, the defender. Nice stop. Oh, nice goal. 2 quick goals for Sweden. Isabel Gilden, the Viborg player. Slovakia will want to get a goal here sooner rather than later, won't they? Almost 4 minutes up and they still haven't scored. Sweden pressing them and it's a turnover. Player in the area, referee spotted it and they've lost the ball again. Well, they were a little late getting into position, Slovakia, kind of looking around to see where everyone should be. And Torstensson said, thank you very much. You're not going to come out and stop me. I'm going to score. Linia Torstensson, 1.80 meters, plays for Bucuresti in Romania. She has been struggling with a calf injury, but no signs of that with that goal. So that was a great shot from her. Almost intercepted, bit of space now for Slovakia. And it's a save, and it's not going to bounce. Yes, it is going to bounce kindly, and it's an open goal. Oh, that was unlucky. The ball just not having the right spin on it. It looked there for all the world as if Trahubova hit that with the back of her hand to try and make it go, and just to get those extra inches on the dive into the area to get her hand on the ball. Oh, it was desperately unlucky, and Slovakia still without a goal. 5 minutes gone. They find themselves 3 down. Not getting much rub of the green. Well, that will help though. Error from Sweden. Slovakia can come down the other end. Kubasova. That's better. And Slovakia have their first goal. The fans now can celebrate. Quick pass. Nothing that Louise Sand, the left back, could do. Kenikova was the player we saw celebrating. She's yet to come onto court, number 24, the left winger for Slovakia. Offensive foul. Nice play by Slovakia, holding their ground, not moving. Saver just waiting for Bizikova to get in. Rika Bizikova. Feeling here, Dusan Polos is giving everybody a game. Just testing out the team, seeing what he's got available to him, and also giving some of these guys an opportunity to get some major international experience. Rika Bizikova still not made it into the 20s yet in terms of international appearances. Well, that's poor communication. Well, Sweden must have been out of the court space and indeed spotted by the referee. It looked like it was Ulrika Bugeren who picked the ball up but had stepped into the red zone. So ball back now with Slovakia. Kubasova setting that one out, and that's a really nice shot, fantastic goal. Pick that one out, right into the top corner. Oh, that's a top save, but that's hit Kubikova right in the nose. She's going to feel that. We saw the goal from Zarkova, number 21. Janet getting a 2-minute suspension. She's been a naughty girl. And Kubikova's got to try and stop the penalty. Gulden with the ball, and she has the goal. Well, that's a wild one from Andrea Kerdisova, the Slovan Tuzla Sala player. And as a result, Sweden now can come back down the other end. Slovakia have done well though, considering they haven't scored for 5 minutes. Couple of goals on the board, and now just 2 behind Sweden. Sweden not looking in any real danger here, though, are they? As they score again, Ulrika Ogren with the lob shot. Ogren, 1.69 m, plays for Buxtehude in Germany. Plenty of major championship experience for her as well. Played at Euros in 2012, the World Champs in 2011, the Olympic Games in 2012. Sweden's major championship record is one of not quite good enough so far. Best ever result for them is European Championships in 2010, where they got a silver medal. haven't been on the podium in any other competition. So it's a hat-trick for Isabel Gulden, the Viborg player. Slovakia content to move the ball around outside that 9-metre line. Sarkova. And Vizikova, little 1-2 for them. Well, that's a good goal. I'm not too sure the keeper will be too pleased with that. Philippa Iden, that ball wasn't thrown particularly hard. Iden reacting late, might have been unsighted. Johansson. Gulden pulling the strings in the middle, number 20. Although not finding the accuracy with the shot. Kubikova goes long. Yakubisova with a good, oh, unlucky. Almost with a good take until it hit her on the knee. Sand looking to wriggle her way through. Not going to happen. Sand looks tiny, doesn't she, compared to everybody else? But she is at 175 if you're to believe the stats. Well, I suspect it's more like 165. Joe Bova getting in the mix. Penalty. Defending in the area. Janik, the offender. Oh no, it was Benuskova. Last major tournament, you feel, for Katerina Dubiova. 36 years of age. No, it was her birthday last week. As Gulden puts that one away, and Sweden now beginning to pull away from Slovakia. Dusan Polos came to this Slovakian setup very recently, and the aim for him taking over was to get Slovakia to a major tournament. They hadn't qualified for one in 20 years, 1994, when they played at the European Championships and finished 12th. It was the last time they were here. And they did make the World Championships in 95, but again finished 12th. And no sooner did he come in, as that one goes into the top corner, then they qualify for this year's Euros. So done a very, very good job. Certainly elevated the team. Oh, that's very nicely played. Little Kempe. Sand may be tiny, but that was a huge leap from her. Little jack in the box as she came out from the wing, taking that one and scoring. Card for Jenny Arm. She seemed to find it funny. I expect she'll be smiling so much if the next thing will be a 2-minute suspension. She's had her warning. Shakova, nowhere for her to go. Trahovova gives it back. Vizikova can't find a way through. And so they end up going the other side of court. Gulden just apologising to the ref. She gets a warning. Oh, well, that one's crept in. Goodness me, that was really slow, wasn't it? Philippa Iden. Just wonder how bad her right knee is. It is heavily strapped, but she really struggled to move laterally to her right to pick up what seemed an innocuous shot. Just wonder whether or not Johanna Bunsen, the 23-year-old, might get a little run out. Kubikova trying to get this one away early. Shanik with it. And that one just wriggles wide. And Sweden looking to come away on the fast break, and they could score here, but it's not going to count. Player in the area. Hannah Fugelstrom's feet just a little too big. Coming up to a quarter of the way through the match, Slovakia trailing by 3. Sweden don't look to be in any real trouble. Slovakia, as I said at the top of the show, quite a high tempo, let's move the ball around quickly. But they're not really threatening Sweden. Their shooting can be a little wild. Trehubova with an example of that. Johansson to Alm. Oh, Sweden call the timeout. Coaches Sivertson and Thompson with a few words.
Nechoďte na ty první náběhy do druhé vlně těch ranních spojek. Křídlo, půjčené křídla. Jo, jdeme!
Well, that's just exactly what Sweden would have wanted off the back of the timeout. An instant goal, courtesy of Anna-Maria Johansson. So Kenikova is now into the action 24, just heading back down into the corner, gets the ball now, having replaced Reka Bizakova, number 66. No way through for Slovakia with that effort. And equally, Sweden can't find a way through. Comes Simona Sakova. Nice stop. Kubikova's really proved herself as the main keeper for Slovakia. Both keepers relatively inexperienced in terms of their internationals. Simona Silovska, just 21 caps coming into this, and Kubikova only with a handful more. Not the most accurate of passes. And Jessica Helleberg couldn't get on there. Set on a bit of a wild goal chase. Sweden in no real rush, are they, when they get the ball? They're quite happy to Move it around, it'll change up in on the left wing though for Sweden. Sand's gone off. A bit of extra height up there. Jessica Helleberg, 22. So Sweden getting to double figures. Hagman with the goal. Oh, lovely spin on that one as well. Just wonder whether Gubakova should have spotted that. There wasn't any other angle other than spin it round past her, and the hand was low with the palm facing inside, but wasn't spotted. And timeout called now by Slovakia.
Změníme trošku, 1, 2, 3, tudy vzadu, Dominika vpředu, Táňa na dvojce, Selma tamhle a necháme zatím Klaudii a Suky. Jo, 1, 2, 3. V útoku rychlej přechod, teďka tam budeme chodit ve třech. Pivo, tady je křída. Zkusíme první vlnu co nejvíc, jo, na riziko, jdeme!
Når Johanne kommer ned, så vær skarp direkte. Rejsen. Og hvis han ligger den bak, så tar du din duell.
I kontringen, vi behöver inte slå den avgörande passen. Vi får nog läge ändå. Så Filippa, lite mer och Johanna med. Vi kan trycka upp den med 9-meterspelaren istället.
På den der, hvor vi spiller bred, så der den ikke kommer igennem, så springer jeg afsted. Ja.
Så du får det är som att du och någon annan spelar på samma yta. Ja, kom igen nu! 3, 2, 1!
Will the timeout help Slovakia? We're going to find out. Well, it doesn't look like it, does it? We have found out. Sweden intercept the ball. Down they come. Ogren with a second goal. Easy interception and a nice finish. Time off the clock. Oh, this looks like a 2-minute suspension here for Helleberg, who looks around and says, me? Really? Surely? In fact, it's not gone against her. Oh, that'll be why then. It's gone against Arm. Hence the look from Sveta, just checking it wasn't her. Opportunity here for Slovakia. They have the player extra. Couple of goals, make things interesting, wouldn't it? But not like that, it won't. Oh, Sweden can't believe it. That's brilliant. Ulrike Agron jumping up and down and saying, oh, but I had the ball. Let's give it back now. That's better. Very nice goal. Janik putting that one away. I thought it was Trehubova bursting through. Lydian getting a hand on it, but not able to keep it out. Last 10 minutes of this first half. Sweden comfortable. They're 5 goals up. Playing with no keeper at the moment. Janina Roberts with that keeper's shirt on. So there's nobody in between the sticks should Sweden lose possession. Roberts has to get off, get out of the way. If that gets turned over, Slovakia will have a long shot. Roberts plays it in, gets going, and then that's a good save. Hagman denied by Gubakova. Roberts staying on at the moment. Got to pick her a moment to get out of the action and let the keeper come in. Possession stays for Sweden, so Roberts runs to the middle, then runs back again, or she may decide actually 19 seconds to go for the keeper just to wander back into the goal. And that's exactly what she's going to do now. She's going to have to be quick though. Here comes a long shot. There is nobody at home. Oh, good stop. That was unlucky. Gubakova was looking for her first ever international goal. She almost got it. Eden, 1m83, using every centimetre of it to keep that ball from going out. It was on target, wasn't it? Nice accuracy from Gubakova, just not enough height in the end to see it go over the keeper. Gulden working with Johansson. Oh, the gaps were too big for Slovakia. It was left or right available for Johansson. And she stepped inside to go back outside. That was a really nice play. A very good goal. Johansson, who plays for Skövde. She's an ex-Iceberg player. It's better for Slovakia, they just need much more of it. Jarkova, 5 for her now from 6 attempts. Well, Filippa Eden, the keeper for Sweden, she's a big unit, 183, but she's not that mobile. Helleberg, though, keeps Sweden very much on top with an instant response after Slovakia scored. Keeps Sweden in a very comfortable position here. Slovakia coming into this main round from Group D in Osijek. Squeaking past Slovakia with a -7 goal difference, so past Serbia with a -7 goal difference, Serbia with -14. And it was that all-important last game against Serbia. All that was unlucky. That saw Slovakia come through. All they needed was a draw. And it wasn't looking good for them after the first half. Serbia in control, had a 5-goal lead. And Slovakia just came back at them and came back at them and came back at them. And Sweden have got themselves a penalty. Magdalene fouled. And she was going to shoot. Hornikova is going to have some time on the bench. She'll just come on. She's 21 years of age, Gubakova. She's a quality keeper. That's a very good shot though from Gulden. Not much Gubakova could do about that one. Scores currently 14-7 to Sweden. And the graphic catches up. Sukenikova, who's normally a starter for Slovakia, but found that Reka Bizikova has been given the nod. Sukenikova now back into the action. Sukenikova plays for Baník Most in the Czech Republic. Helleberg with a few tears, it's just because her nose is stinging. She's got a forearm in the face. She'd be all right. Shabova having a little flirt with the ball, back up in the wing. No room for her to come off that wing and shoot. And Sweden pushing out, closing down Slovakia, forcing them to shoot from distance. And it's come off of a Swedish hand as it goes out. Slovakia keep possession. Klaudia Michinova plays for Slavia Partizanski. And Slovakia have their reward, and despite the fact that they're short-handed, Rayanova with a crafty one. Nice take, nice save, but it's a penalty. There's Michinova. Hands out, hands it well. Michinova and Sukanikova. Sukanikova was in the area. Change of keeper for Slovakia. Totova's in. Zaneta Totova. First job for her, pick the ball out the net. Just what you want from your 7-metre specialist. Complete accuracy. Hornikova comes back in. Number 77. Will run the line, although she's nowhere near it at the moment. Got like too many steps for Sukanikova, but it's a 2-minute suspension against Sweden. Arm across the neck. So Jakobsen goes to have a little sit down, and in fact it was Monika Rayanova who was getting the close attention, unfairly so, according to the referee. Well, Slovakia scored when they were short-handed, and now they've scored again with the extra player. Rayanova just waltzing through. Well, Slovakia will play at this level from start to finish. That's pretty much how they play. It's up to Sweden to make sure that they stay ahead the whole time. And that's how they'll do it. They keep on scoring every time Slovakia do. Now they have this lead. It won't be difficult, will it? Helleberg with the goal. And Sweden turn over Slovakia straight away. Johanna Alm acting as the keeper now. As Philippa then goes to the bench. So nobody at home again. Slovakia, if they can turn it over, would have a free goal to shoot into. Roberts. Well, that's a really well taken goal. Ulrika Ågren spinning and shooting, and with 2 minutes to go, Sweden now really have got this one all wrapped up, haven't they, pretty much? At least that's what the fans will be telling themselves. And it's going to be up to Dusan Polos to tell Slovakia it's by no means over yet, ladies. Still half an hour to go, still all to play for, especially if they can keep on scoring. Very nice by Zharkova. You do feel, don't you, to be fair, at the end, has got a 38% save efficiency at the moment, and it's getting smaller all the time. That should allow Bunsen to come in and have a go. Last minute, Sweden 7 ahead. Sweden know if they do get the victory here, they'll have 1 foot in the semi-final. So Kenikova, oh, that's really well played. Looked like she was just going to hand that one off, and that kept Roberts guessing. And then she comes in with the lob to beat Irien. Something for the Slovakian fans to cheer about. Good save, Kubikova. Slovakia may have the last score of the half here, with 8 seconds or so to go. Need to hurry up though. Oh, the ball's not coming in, and that is the end of the half. One in which Sweden, to be fair to them, have looked very comfortable, despite the 35% save efficiency from the Swedish keeper Edin. The half-time result here, Sweden 17, Slovakia 11. So Polos takes his team back to the dressing room, try and spur them on, G them up, and get them ready for the second half. For Sivertson and Thomason, they'll be telling the girls, well done, more of the same please. We are this close to a place in the semis. So as the teams make their way back to the dressing room, I'll leave you with the half-time stats. Make of them what you will. The top line's the important one. Sweden 17, Slovakia 11. There's also some half-time highlights for you. I'll be back with you for the start of the second half. Don't go away. And if you are interested in getting involved, then you can do. EHF Euro 2014. Facebook, Instagram. You can go on the web, www.ehf-euro.com. We're just about to get ready for the second half. Some of you eagle-eyed observers may have spotted Alain Porte in the crowd watching on, the French head coach. He will be in action later, guiding his team to victory, hopefully, as far as he's concerned, against Germany. France already played Sweden, lost to them 2027. And France beat Slovakia 21-18 in the prelim. State of that shirt, look at it. That'll never come out in the wash. So just waiting for the last few seconds for the official timekeeper to get us underway. 20 seconds, I think, was what he just shouted out. Sweden in the blue with the throw off, Slovakia in the white, ready to defend. The diminutive Sand is back on, number 9 for Sweden, who have the ball and look to put themselves further away from Slovakia if they can. They're 6 goals ahead, 30 minutes to stay in front. Slovakia will not give up hope. They will keep fighting. We just wonder whether they've got the quality now in the team to affect any change here in the outcome. Well, that wasn't very good, was it? Jakubisova could punish, and does punish, Sweden. And Bunsen's first job as keeper is to pick the ball out. No surprise that Johanna Bunsen's in. Filippa Idem, number 12, didn't really play that well in the first half. A 35% save efficiency. Gilbikova's is only 29, but she's had far more shots to deal with. Koenig with the ball. And again, Trehubova out to Renova. And Kubisova, the goal scorer. Oh, nice one. Vincent keeping hold of that one. And Sweden coming away quickly. And scoring. Ida Odom with the goal. Kubikova trying to grab her foot. Interesting. In fact, it wasn't Kubikova, was it? My apologies to her. Three keepers to choose from for Slovakia. All have been involved. Sadovska currently in. Totova's been in, trying to stop a penalty, but couldn't. Trehubova back to Jakubisova. Nice defence by Sweden. It's taking the pace out of that attack. And some good offloads from Sweden to open up the gap for Oden to score again. Tidy pass by Gulden to Oden. And she just goes straight through the gap and beats Solovska once again. Solovska plays for Slavia Partizanski. Sweden fast on their feet, moving around the edge of the area, closing down the angles. Nowhere for Jakubasova to go. Nice play by Sweden. They weren't too sure where the ball had gone, but they've got an opportunity here. Slovakia aren't the quickest to get back into position. Well, they have overturned it. Long ball, looking for Zukenikova. Well, that's got to be a foul, isn't it? Ida Odin wasn't even looking at the ball, just completely took Zukenikova out of the play. All part of the fun of the game. Well, that's the risk Slovakia are running with their defence. They have big gaps between players. And Sweden have been able to run through them quite freely. Gulden this time with the goal. Ella Thompson, you can see, stood up. She's the more fired up coach. Talking through every single play. Not sure how much the team can hear her. Whereas Thomas Svitsin just sits and watches. And Slovakia have the goal. Little lob from Ranova. Well, that's exactly what Sweden need to keep doing. Doesn't matter what Slovakia do. They can score as many as they want so long as Sweden go down the other end and do the same thing. That's a nice goal from Ranova, but straight away down the other end. And it's goal for Sweden, courtesy of Sabina Jakobsen. And Ella Thompson again, barking out the orders. Yeah, decent long ball, no one spotted that. However, Slovakia can't find a way through just yet, and still can't. Jakubasova thought she had an angle to get past the keeper, has to think again. Johanna Bunsen, 1m85, just under 6'3". Plays for Sebov. I mentioned in the first half of the Swedish club champions. Oh, should be disappointed that one's gone in. Nice goal by Trehubova. Those of you just joining us, the halftime score was Sweden 17, Slovakia 11. As things currently stand in the second half, Sweden outscoring Slovakia 4-3. Ah, well, that's one not to be talked about again as far as Sweden are concerned. A no-look pass where nobody was looking. Possession stays with Slovakia and Trehubova. 25 years of age, Tatiana Trehubova. Another player who plays for the Slovakian club champions, the Juventa Čalovice. Along with the keeper, Gubikova. And Dominika Hornikova, 77. Get to the line now to do a bit of defending here for Slovakia, but Sweden have worked their way through, and that's a nice save. Well played by Solovska, something to cheer about. Trehubova couldn't stop Jakobsen, but Solovska could. 24-year-old getting a big paw on the ball. Trehubova goes off to allow Dubayeva to come in. Bit of defending. Roberts having a chat with the ref. court announcer, getting the fans involved. The Slovakian fans enjoying themselves completely here. They know their team have done their job by getting into the main round, and they're having fun just watching them play at these championships. Sweden on the break, Jakobsen, nicely played by her. Didn't bother with a bounce to get closer, caught it, took her 3 steps and scored. Sweden outscoring Slovakia 5 goals to 3 now. Slovakia's top scorer is number 21, Sarkova. 6 goals for her. So Kenikova's off and running. Slovakia thought they'd given up possession. The referee had other ideas. Top scorer for Sweden at the moment is Gulden with 7. Ten minutes gone of this second half, and actually Slovakia giving a very good account of themselves, considering they're not letting Sweden get too far away in the context of how this second half is panning out. But I think the further we get into it, the more the realisation is that Slovakia aren't going to win this one, despite their best efforts. Ooh, 2-minute suspension. Was that an intentional foot on the ball by Hanna Fogelström? She tried to stop what was going on. No, well, it was just, that was innocuous enough, wasn't it? It's always a danger when you're that tall and you're against a player who's short. You put your hand out, and just by very virtue of that fact, even though your hand's below your own shoulder height and down by your belly button, you're still catching someone around the head, and you get into trouble for it. So Kenikova with the goal. Off the wing, good angle, meeting Bunsen in the near post. An anxious look to the scoreboard by the Slovakian coaching staff. Sort of tells them what we already know. They are trailing considerably. It's a tactic we've seen in the first half. Sweden short-handed, taking the keeper off and putting Roberts in as a keeper, but playing up the court, so no one in between the sticks. Good save, but that's unfortunate, isn't it, for Solovska, as the ball didn't fall kindly, so they could have a long shot. Another goal. Oh, I was going to say another goal. Well, there is now. There was a suggestion that Sukenikova may have jumped in from the area with the lob shot. Well, she was well behind it. She did very well to keep her eye on that, pick up the rebound, and then get the shot away before she landed in the area. And Bunsen, typical keeper fashion, blaming her defenders. It's very rarely any player's fault individually when a mistake happens in top-level sport. It's always somebody else's, except of course if you're playing tennis. Long ball, Hail Mary is in, Sukenikova is not in though. Oh, and Roberts has made a save. Brilliant from Roberts. She's an outfield player with the goalie shirt on. She knew she never had time to sub in and out, so she's legged it back, held her ground. She's obviously been watching the keepers, and she's made a brilliant save. Could be a contender for one of the top 5 saves for a non-keeper. We've had Christensen, and now we've had Roberts. Kubisova getting into trouble, sending Agren tumbling. And so much so she can go and have a rest for 2 minutes and think about what she's just done. Well, if you're enjoying the handball and you want to get involved here at these championships, you can do. Social media is a brilliant thing. You can go and tweet hashtag EHF Euro 2014. That's EHF EURO 2014. You can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, and you can go on the web as well, www.ehf-euro.com. Sand with the goal for Sweden. Now that puts Sweden one ahead now. It was 5 apiece in this second half. Sand got a super leap on her, hasn't she? And that's a brilliant jump from the diminutive winger. It's the better of Silovska. Renova, Trehubova. Slovakia bringing Benuskova back into the action, number 10. Trehubova having to go out on the wing, Kubisova on the bench. And look at that, that just shows the tenacity of Slovakia and the fact that they actually don't give up. Renova scores, Slovakia are a player down, but their high tempo, working a gap in the Swedish block and getting the ball past Sweden's keeper. And they are keeping on level pegging with Sweden in this second half in terms of goals scored. And so it's over on the left of the picture. Started the game, number 8 for Slovakia, Kurtzova I should say, but so hadn't had a role to play yet in this second half. So really getting the fans fired up here, creating a very nice atmosphere. And Slovakia could have done with that one going in, really, although that will help. Cheap turnover, and Slovakia now up to full strength as Onikova comes on and try and cause some ructions on the line for Slovakia. She's not in any hurry to get there. Akisova is back in, number 28, with the ball. Oh, very nice. Pick that out, right into the corner. And Slovakia actually edge in front in terms of goals scored in this second half. A little bit of frustration creeping in for Sweden, and its timeout has been called.
Handväxling her. Tilbage igen. Ida springer ind. Bonus her. Ja, den er klar. Ja. Kom igen.
Jasný, starčí sem. Posloucháme. V útoku. Kolo domluvené. Máte domluvené? Dáme kolo, jo? Jdeme na to. Babi, soustředit se na jednu věc. Nedostat ani jednoho stráku teďka. Žádný kontra proti. Jdeme. Babi.
Roberts, now without the keeper's shirt on. There isn't actually a column for her. When you look at the information system that's available for all the media and the commentators and so on, there's the outfield players and there's the goalkeepers, and there's their stats on number of saves, percentages of saves made. So that's one that won't be on the stats. Is Roberts' save. Does mean she has a 100% record. They do say, don't they? Lies, damn lies in the statistics. Nice ball movement by Slovakia. Now it's deserving of a goal. Renova with the final touch. Well, once again, huge holes in Slovakia's defence, but fortunately that one doesn't go in. Slovakia come back down the other end. They currently lead 8-7 in this second half. Under a quarter of the match left. Probably too far away now, potentially Slovakia to get back, but it's only 5 goals. They have managed to close that margin in the past.
Záběh krajní spojky, pivot je tady a pak si to ty dvojky tady dvakrát takhle hodí a vy stojíte takhle v jedné lajně a nikdo nejde do přerušení. Po tom záběhu této hráčky. Tahle hráčka musí ven a přerušit úplně natvrdo a křídlo pivotovi. Ať ta Dudy má menší prostor na práci. Jo, jdeme! V útoku co bylo domluvené, vidíš? Kolo, znova, jdeme! Vagry! Varenda jävla gång.
Kantveksling her. Hackman springer over, stiller sig her. Bonus her. Okay? Jeg er over på inderside bak derovre. Ja, vi kører. Sidste tol. Kom igen.
Well, 4 teams still very much in this group, looking to qualify through to the semis as Slovakia get themselves a penalty. Netherlands, Sweden, France and Montenegro. Currently, Netherlands and Sweden have 5 points, France 4, Montenegro 6, because Montenegro beat the Netherlands earlier on. Montenegro have got Sweden to play tomorrow, day after tomorrow, but all these teams have a rest day. In fact, they won't, will they? Tomorrow is the last round of matches, so everybody will be playing tomorrow, with one having had a break, because we get another penalty today. But Sweden, Montenegro, Germany, Slovakia, Netherlands and France will all be playing tomorrow, as the main groups are decided. Gulden with another goal. It's looking like Sweden are going to go top of the group here. They will have 7 points if they win. France likely to beat Germany. That will put them on to 6 points. Montenegro also with 6 points. And the Netherlands on 5. And then it would come down to 2 cracking matches tomorrow, Sweden-Montenegro. And Netherlands-France. Pretty much, you'd be looking at potentially the winners of each of those matches going through in the semi-finals, going through to the semis. So even though Montenegro currently undefeated in the main round, the fact that they only brought through, the fact that they came through with all their points still doesn't mean that they could end up going through here by virtue of their 2 wins they've had already. Because Montenegro were beaten by France. And now it's a suspension here for Jakobsen against Beniskova. So penalty then for Slovakia. Oh dear. Well, we saw a poor penalty in the prelims. That one's not much better. Arm acting as the keeper, for Sweden at least. And the ball's turned over. Oh dear. And it's turned straight back over again. Well, that'll be frustrating for Polos. His team plays some very good handball at times. There are still times when their handball isn't of the quality that's required at this level. And again, they're huge gaps for them. They're not that mobile, are they, laterally in defence? They leave quite big gaps. And Sweden is certainly making the most of it. That's better. Hornikova with the goal. It's a shame for Slovakia, they weren't able to do this in the first half. As it is going goal for goal at the moment. But with just over 5 minutes to go, can't see Slovakia scoring 6 and Sweden not scoring any, especially as Sweden have just scored another one. Helleberg getting the better of the keeper, Solovska. Gubikova not getting a shot to save in the second half. She's been on the bench and remains so for Slovakia. Just wondering whether or not Polos is thinking about the game tomorrow against Germany. And resting a few players ahead of that one. And that's the big game for them, really. It's the crunch game. It's the battle for the wooden spoon in the group. On the basis, of course, that Germany don't get past France later. If Germany were to beat France, well, even then it could still come down to that result. Slovakia beat Germany, they'll have 2 points each, wouldn't they? And it would go down to goals difference, and then if that was the same, it would be the head-to-head. It might even be the head-to-head to start with. Which indeed it is, so yeah, plenty to play for tomorrow, as it stands at the moment. Also plenty to play for in Group 1. Norway are qualified into the semis. Still chances for Spain and Denmark as they play each other for the other place in the semi-final. Blazikova blazing a trail straight to the bench with a 2-minute suspension. Gubikova coming back in, see if she can stop Gulden. Who has yet to be stopped and remains so. 6 from 6 for her from the 7-metre line. Renova. Oh, like a whole bunch of steps. Slovakia then have called the timeout.
Jdeme normálně kříž pravo ještě jednou. Kříž pravo a rychlíka. Peňuš s Mončou. Táňa, jestli úplně v rohu stojíš, Peňuš dá kříž, hned ti to Monča vrátí, no, postaví kříž, rychlík, Peňuš zkusí klepákem do Táni, Táňa skočí. Jo, křídlo tady zůstává, kdyby to byl malý úhel, můžeme přihrát na opačné křídlo. Reka, stojíš tom, ostatní, tady to se zahráli, tahle se vrací. No, jdeme! Dani!
Tilbage igen, herovre den side, over ved Hackman. Eller Borten. Retur til Ida. Kør den her, Linde rykker ned på den her, eller den I kører tynd på den der. Er I med? Skal vi se sidsterne? Vi fører! Sådan!
Renova gets the shot away, gets fouled in the process, has the penalty. Sweden a player down. Trehobova with the shot. Oh dear. Well, that's where the Swedish keeper can be quite an imposing figure. And proved to be just that, didn't she, Philippa Iden? In the area, won't count. Well, a similar story in the second half to the first half, really. Slovakia starting brightly, fading away, went to 9-0, now 12-9 in terms of goals scored in the second half in favour of Sweden, puts them 9 clear in the match, and with 2 minutes to go, there's no chance of Slovakia seeing this one out. So it's going to come down to their last game against Germany to see whether or not they can end the tournament on a high, really, get themselves a win in the main round. Consolation goal for Bizikova. High fives for the fans though. That's off to Bizikova. Well, they've done that too many times, Sweden, and from that particular area of court. Run over. That one goes nowhere. Sweden come away with it. Should be a goal here, and indeed it is. Very nice finish, as that one is hammered home by Natalia Hagman. It's a 10-goal margin now for Sweden. And I guess, to be fair to Slovakia, they haven't been that poor. Certainly better than the 10 goals difference suggests. But Sweden never really had to go up too many gears to get in front. And right at the buzzer, Sweden can see the goal. Slovakia have the last word, but it's Sweden who have the 2 points and put themselves in a great position to qualify for the semi-finals. It wasn't to be for Slovakia. They'll have to come out fighting tomorrow when they take on Germany. The final score here in Zagreb: Slovakia 22, Sweden 31. A good day at the office then for Sweden. Swedish fans delighted with what they've seen. Slovakian fans also delighted the fact that they can get to watch their team in the main round of a major tournament, and the fact the way they're jumping up and down and celebrating, you think Slovakia had won. Going to find out who's got the MVP awards though. Simona Sarkova gets the best player of the match for Slovakia. Gets herself a timepiece and a couple of other goodies. Look like chocolate. No doubt she'll be sharing those with the team in the dressing room. Time then for Sweden to find out who is MVP. So it's Isabella Gulden who gets it for Sweden. Congratulations to Gulden. And congratulations to Sweden on their victory. One more game to come this evening. Germany versus France. France the hot favourites. And if they win, it all goes down to the wire. The last 3 matches to decide who will go through to the semi-finals. In a very entertaining game of handball here in Zagreb. Polos' team beaten, but not disgraced by any means. And they will lick their wounds and no doubt look to pick themselves up and come out firing for their final game against Germany. So the players applaud the fans, who in turn applaud the players. Just about time for us to say goodbye here in Zagreb for the moment. I'll leave you with the statistics and then ultimately with the highlights from the match. This is currently how the table looks. Sweden with 7 points are on top, but look at that, Montenegro, Netherlands, France all still in with opportunities to go through. France get their win, they'll go up to 6 points, and then they play Germany, and it will come down to the last couple of matches tomorrow. So all still to play for here in Zagreb in Group 2 to see who's going to make it through to the semi-finals. The defending champions Montenegro still very much in it, Sweden still very much in it, along with France and the Netherlands. From myself, Clayton Lucas, and the European Championship handball crew here in Zagreb. Time for us to say goodbye. Leave you with the stats and the highlights. Hope you've enjoyed the handball. Goodbye.